Alright, Elite Co 3 here, and here we go with a holiday Mailbin. There's the bin right there. Tons of stuff to get to. Lots of baseball, as we are in the baseball season, and having a fun time collecting baseball right now. So we'll start with this package. Just kind of go from there. There is one care package that I will show here shortly. That's pretty cool. So starting off, of course, with the Moss. So yep, there you go. 98 Bowman Chrome, the base version. Around $10 shipped is about the going rate buying these raw on eBay. So Moss Bowman Chrome, those are always good to look over and try to send in. They're not all gimmies, off-centered and scratched at times, but they're still worth a flyer in my opinion. Here's the next one. We've got I don't know why I bought this card really, but I mean, he's one of the Royals' best prospects. So Khalil Lee, this is Bowman Orange 18. It's the 25. So just a prospect card of one of the Royals' young kids. Does look to have some promise, some speed, and some power. He has hit for a pretty low average thus far in his minor league career. World of Collections. Let's see what's in this one. Plain whites are not a bad way to ship if you want to save on the ever-increasing shipping costs of the post office. So it's actually a great way to ship low-end items. Sellers that charge free shipping or charge $1 or 50 cents, I think it's very efficient and a smart move. But it just depends on the seller. You can't get top rated. Not that there are huge perks anymore with top rated. I think the only things I can think of that you get when you are a top-rated seller is you get 10% off final value fees, which, I mean, it's a discount, but it's not like a crazy discount. And then you get your listings at higher towards the top of the page. And I don't know how that works at all, but the perks are definitely not that great, in my opinion. So, Peyton Manning, 98 Bowman's Best, just a nice, clean base card. Love buying just clean rookie base cards. Of course, it's nice to get the higher end stuff sometimes and the numbered stuff and the parallels, but there's something about clean rookie base cards, whether it be Topps or Bowman. This is neat. So to me, this is a true gem mint in terms of all the subgrades are at least 9.5s. So I try to stay away from the ones that have 9 subgrades. So this is a Vlad. It was like $55 shipped for a Beckett 9.5 Vlad. Bowman 95 rookie. Beautiful card right there. So definitely not the toughest set from the 90s, but there are things that can go wrong with it, just like any other set. Here's a neat one. So I've been buying a lot of raw vintage, and I know that's kind of like playing with fire, but I just can't help myself. I've basically been just trying to buy from sellers that have a good reputation, and I'm not going to get like reprints or stuff like that. So here's a Hank Aaron. So as I do more of these bins going forward, you're going to see a lot more vintage baseball, which will be pretty cool to some people. So here's a Hank Aaron 72. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's in about 5 to 6 condition. I'll take a look at that one, and if I think it's worth the money and time, I'll send some of these older vintage cards to PSA. It's always fun to get them slabbed. You always do run the risk of cards that are miscut or tampered with, which sucks. So this is an example of a seller that will get neutral feedback probably because the card's out of the case. And if you don't leave honest feedback, people aren't going to learn and they're not going to change. So to me, he had some good steps going in. Didn't really protect the cards, but so if you put a card like this is like a 20-point card in this is like a 55-point case. You have to secure the top with tape. That's common sense. Very cheap and easy to do. And it just really gets on my nerves when I see it, but it happens all the time, so you get used to it. Here's a Moss, just a Bowman's. It might just be a Bowman's Best. It might be the refractor. Yeah, this is the refractor. I don't know if I have this in my registry, but this was a nice mint 9 for about $60 from his rookie year. Beautiful Moss card. to 400. It's got some good shine going on there. So we are. There's some football trickling in. I'm gonna grab my water, and then I'm gonna show this care package. Spend a couple minutes doing this real quick. So this is from Passion for Cards, whose name is Matt, and he got me this flat rate box, large flat rate box, which is actually a smart way to ship. And there is some junk wax boxes in it, so I'm going to show you that. He did leave a note. I think it's in my YouTube PC, but it just basically said he had these boxes lying around and he wanted to send them along and find a better home for them. So here are the boxes. So we got a 91 Upper Deck. I'll probably bust all of these. I have a fun time breaking junk wax. 91 Stadium Club Series 2 or second series. And then these last two are pretty expensive boxes. He didn't have to do this. I appreciate it. I don't ever expect anybody to send me anything. So Leaf Series 2, 1990, which Series 2 has Frank Thomas, I believe. And then lastly, the packs got kind of thrown around in this one. But some 1990 Leaf. See if I can get them all back in the box. I think they just came undone during shipping. So one box of Series 1 and it's kind of a little bit wrangled. But that's the care package. So cool stuff. Love the junk wax. Always enjoy spending some time on that, finding slab candidates and such. So thanks, Matt. And if you haven't checked out his channel, it's Passion for Cards. He hasn't been around that long, maybe 3 months or so, but he's got a lot of cool videos. I think he does a lot of 5-star. So next package. Okay, so we got some type of lot. It's the old cards. So sometimes I get on a kick doing this. I have a fun time scanning these and listing them and putting them into the store. So I just search for lots, and these would, just be basically commons. People would buy these to put together sets. So this is just a stack of 1960 Topps cards, which this is like my favorite Topps set. So there's some rookies in here. Mainly commons though. I'm not sure the price. There's probably 40 or so in here. So I probably paid about $15 for all these. Most of these will go in the store. They're in pretty good shape though. I think they're in like VGX to some of these are probably PSA 7s even. So nice little stack of 1960 Topps cards. Always fun to look through those. So I'll spend some more time on those off camera. But love the old baseball cards. Okay, so here we go with some more baseball, and this was just a lot of 3 of these. So this is a pretty cool set. I know Derek Jeter's in this set too. So this is actually 5 of these. 95 Upper Deck Minor League Vlad. So most people know his son, Vlad Jr. With Toronto is knocking on the door pretty hard. He's hitting like 450 in AAA. Oh no, he's in AA. I don't know if they're just waiting. I don't know what the plan is with him, but I mean, when a player does that, it doesn't really matter the age, in my opinion. It's time to call him up. There's not much else to prove in the lower levels, and it's time for the kid to get a chance in the big leagues. I don't know. I guess I could play him at third or DH or try him at first. Donaldson's hurt. Here's a Soto. So he looks really young in this picture because he is. He's like 17. But so here's a Soto Chrome Auto. The price on this was like $140, so not cheap, but I mean it's not like $600. The $600 tag you'll have to pay to get like a Ronald Acuna base auto. So Soto for $140. Is it a good buy? I mean, I don't know. Time will tell. He looks like he's got a lot of potential, and anytime a kid can make it to the majors at 19, it's just saying something. It's really putting the odds in his favor of being a I don't know, being a star. I mean, it's hard to get to the majors at 19. It doesn't happen very often. When it does, it seems like most players that make it that young end up being stars. So I'm just kind of putting the odds in his favor of becoming a star at this point. So here's Francisco Lindor. This is cool. So this is all 9.5s on the subgrades, and it's a 9.510. I don't know if I'll cross this over, but it's still a sweet card. Doesn't really matter if it's in the Beckett slab, but it's a sweet Lindor Chrome rookie. Here's one that's got a little cut going through it right here. And it is Victor Robles. So this is his Chrome Auto. 2016. He's been kind of slept on, and this card's kind of crept more into like the $75 range as he deals with his hyperextended elbow. Probably won't be back till August or so. So the front's pretty cold with his stuff right now, but he'll probably get called up at some point this year. And then looking forward to 2019. If the Nats don't sign Harper, I'm sure Robles and Soto will be big pieces going forward for them. And, you know, if the Nationals decide not to sign Harper, I could totally understand that. When you have two young players with potential, you have under team control for like 5 more years, and you're not paying them that much. I mean, you just can't pay everybody, and the contract that Harper's going to want is going to be pretty astounding. So here's a Bonds Donruss 87. This is just sweet. You know, I have a lot of respect for this set, and when you break junk wax and you see how tough it is to actually pull one from a pack that's, you know, like this one, pretty much perfect, you'll pay for the ones that are in PSA 10 shape. So this is, to me, it's pretty much perfect. The only thing I can say is it may be a little off-centered. It's a little fatter on the right side, and that's just from looking at these baseballs. I always talk about that. So you would like to see on a perfectly 50-50 centered card from this set is one row of baseballs and then half of the baseball, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I always talk about that when I'm dealing with that set. It's hot as hell in this office today. It's like 96 in Kansas City already. So this is the Stanton Gold. I didn't have this one. Didn't know how tough this set would be. If there's chipping on the back here, so it probably won't be sent in. But it's still a cool Stanton rookie. Bowman Gold. I think this is Bowman Draft as well. So 2010, the rookie card. Love the little logo they started doing back then. This is like the first year they used this type of logo. Somebody can check that and make sure I'm correct on that. This is a pack of sleeves. I think I got 15 of these, so I've talked about these guys before, but this is Perfect Fit. Perfect Fit Innovations putting out these amazing sleeves. And it's like $3.50 for a pack, which to me is totally worth it to protect your PSA slab cards from scratches and stuff. So if you guys have a chance, check out their website. It's pretty awesome what they've done. They've pretty much changed the game for slabbed cards. And it's not just PSA. If you like Beckett or SGC, they do sleeves for that. They do top loaders. They do mag sleeves. So, I mean, it's pretty much anything. So it just kind of gives a sleeker look to your cards and also protects from scratching. So definitely worth checking out if you're into that. Next package here. Painter's tape. Nice. Always nice to see painter's tape. A couple Mosses. So a couple Moss Bowman and a Moss Bowman Chrome. So see, this one on the left is badly off-centered. Just from you can look at it. There's no like border on the right side, so this is definitely not a slab can. So it's just, I mean, I don't know what centering that is, 80-20 or something. It's just centered so badly that it's pretty obvious to the naked eye. Let's do this plain white. These are always fun for some reason. It's fun when you open one of these and you get like a $40 card when you open up a plain white, because some people just don't care. Here's a Stadium Club Moss. This is like $2 or $3. So the superimposed image, very easy set. I'm gonna guess the pop on this is like 40 to 50% at least. So there's a Moss Stadium Club. A nice card to pick up if you're a Moss fan and try to slab that one. Not the toughest. Here is a small flat rate box. This is like an absolutely amazing way to ship a higher end card or a card you don't want to get damaged. It just offers that extra level of protection inside this box. So I just like, I actually ship, any item over $400 to $500. I like to throw in the flat rates. And this is a Victor Robles. So some more Robles stuff. You guys are probably getting bored with this, but just get stuck on a player sometimes and think, he could become a star. So here is Robles. He's not, the hottest player in the hobby right now, being that he's injured and Soto's up. But we'll kind of see how things unfold. I think people live too much in the moment sometimes. When young players get hurt or stuff like that, he's only 21 or 20 years old, so he's got time to come back. It's not like he's hurt forever. And then we got this one, which has been through some carnage at the post office. It's a Chipper Jones lot. Love this 91 Topps rookie. Maybe he messed up and threw in a Desert Storm, right? Probably not. So these are always fun to look through. Try to find some nice ones. So looks like there's about 20 in here. And these go for about $1.50 a pop if you buy them in lots. And probably about the same price on ComC if you like to buy them buy one at a time. So we're actually making a huge dent in this bin. This one's like stuck to the tape. Here's some football. So I just kind of saw this card and I thought it'd be a nice one to snap out and send over to PSA. Hope for a 9 or better. So it's a finest gold refractor of Phillip Rivers 250. Just a sweet card of a player that's often overlooked from the 2014 class or the 2004 class with Eli and Roth. He doesn't have the Super Bowls, which is pretty important, but he has put together a Hall of Fame career, and we'll see how the rest of it pans out. He's probably got about 3 years left in his career. How old is Rivers now? 36. Let's check the birth date. They have it on here. Doesn't say. So I think it's like 36 or 37. Here are some cards that are of Mookie Betts. So a couple nice Mookies. It always cracks me up when people put cards in top loaders without soft sleeves. It's like, is it that much of work to put it in a soft sleeve? So, how much is a soft sleeve? A cent or less, depending on what you're buying them. Here's like a card shipped in like a postcard kind of deal, or almost like a thank you card. It's actually a great way to ship them and secure them. Here's a Stanton. Oh no. I saw it was kind of far up in the case. I knew it was probably coming out, so that one's just out of the case. So there's a Stanton. The top lip's out. And I think he tried to tape it. It looks like he tried. He just, like this. Here, I'll show. Pinch, tape. It's not coming undone. So there's a Stanton Topps Chrome 2010 base. And we got this. Try to figure out the best way to get into this. I think down the center, there's nothing. There's the meat right there. Looks like we got soccer cards. So I'm starting to collect soccer. I'm just kidding. I don't think you'll ever see that. I mean, you'll see hockey sometimes. Basketball occasionally, but no soccer. Must just be dummy cards, yeah. So, I mean, this is... I don't like the way these were shipped just because they're not like 25-cent cards. This is like, I paid like $6 a pop on these Bryants, and maybe they're in great condition, but I feel like you could offer some cardboard around it and tape maybe. I don't know. So this is the base version, right? So this is the base version. This is all Topps Update lot. So I bought this a while ago. I got stuck at the bottom of the bin. This was like a month ago. These are all Bryants. Not sure. I can't remember how many. I don't know where the packing slip's at. And then this is like the SP, but I don't think it's that rare. This is like the swinging one. But I will say that they look pretty clean. So it is nice that he took time to put them each in a soft sleeve. So got to give credit where credit's due on these. So bunch of Bryants. They were not cheap to get all of these in. So I'm going to try to look these over and send some in. And then just kind of get those processed into the store. Okay, here is a Maikel Franco. This is his prospect auto. It's not his first Bowman. I believe his first Bowman's 2012, and this is 2014. These are just silver ice throw-ins, prospect cards. So here's Franco, 2014. This is like $12. He's actually having a great season. He doesn't have a lot of hobby, but he's got a lot of RBIs this year, and he's still a young player. So we'll just kind of see how the rest of his career unfolds in Philly. Here's a Frankie Lindor, Chrome USA 2010. I think this was in the last Mailbin, so it's just kind of been a card I've been eyeing for a while. I'm just picking up copies when I find them for a good price. Let's do this white one. Okay, so that's a PSA card. We'll just slide it right out. So it's a Devers, and he's also having a pretty good year, I'd say. He's got about 7 homers, 30 RBIs. His average is a little low, and his on-base is low, too. So he is a young kid, though. I mean, he's 21, he's doing this, so he's already in the show. So he's got plenty of time to get those numbers up. Here's one that's been cut into before, and it's a sweet one, too. An older card here. This is 70. Try to slip it off the top. 70 Topps Hank Aaron 6. So let's just take a quick look at it. The centering is the biggest drawback I can see just from a quick glance viewpoint. And the back doesn't look terrible at all. It's got a little bit of chipping. I think that the centering really kicked this one back. So a 6 of the 70 Aaron. Beautiful card. All those top sets from the 70s and 60s and 50s are just classic. Ahmed Rosario, who actually hit a couple home runs I think he hit 3 home runs total last week, and he's kind of sitting around the 250 mark, but he is another young kid. He's 22, so give these kids some time to develop. Not everybody's going to come up and just mash like Correa. So, and that Chrome auto was about 30. Back in 2015, this card would go for about 10 to 15, and these peaked at about 100 last summer when he got called up, and they've dipped back down to buying range, so I've picked up a few. Altuve. Certain prospect cards just get in a range where I don't think it's a time to buy them at all. Like Vlad Jr. is going to be awesome, but I'm not paying $600 for his Chrome auto. I could be dead wrong. It could be a $3,000 card someday, but I just don't feel like I don't want to do that. So Jose Altuve. This is the top stuff that you guys have seen this in a lot of the recent bins, but it's just a card that, if it's sitting there and looks like it's centered and in good condition for $30, it's just hard not to buy it. He just, I think yesterday and the day before, he had 10 straight hits, which is, I don't even know how that's possible. That's amazing. And he bumped his average up to around 335. It was sitting around 305, so Altuve is creeping up. This is a first aid kit. Let me show you the Band-Aids. All right, this is a first. I'm sure I would lose some subscribers if I just started showing Band-Aids, Band-Aid Mailbins. It's another one of those classic top slots. I think this was like 15 for like 99 cents plus shipping or something like that. But actually, this one's probably a little bit more. It's got a Don Larson creased on the surface, so probably like a PSA 3 on that Larson. If there's anybody, Kirkland, wasn't he a pretty good player? I'm just making that up. But I actually would like to put this set together. It'd be fun to do. Do some vintage sets. Let's do this. Pull up the top. This might be PWCC. They're the only ones I know that use these sturdy mailers. Yeah, this is sick. and it was actually for a decent price, which is pretty rare from PWCC. A lot of people say that people shill, and I don't know if it's true. There was that Derek Jeter 93 SP that sold for $99,000 last week, and the one before that sold for $49,000. So it just seems crazy, but it is a rare card. So I mean, I could understand how the card could fluctuate when there's only like 10 copies of it. So here's the 88 Cali Griffey in a 9, in the new Lighthouse too. So this was like $75, and it's a beautiful card. And 10s go for like, I mean, I know this card was over $1,200 in a 10 at one point. It might have dipped down to like $700, but still, I'd rather just get a clean 9 for $75 and call it a day. It just kind of like, sometimes I'll pay the premium for a 10. It's just when it gets that out of whack like that, I'll just sit back and buy the lower copy. Here's a black diamond. I think sometimes people get too obsessed with PSA 10s. It's great to have gem mint cards, but you have to understand how clean a mint 9 card is. Here's a black diamond Peyton. This is just a neat card. It's numbered to 1800. Sheer brilliant. So it's like an insert set. It's got a nice look to it. Up close portrait and then an action photo. I just saw that one. I thought it looked cool, so I picked it up. I think that's from the conveyor belt at the post office. That black right there. This is shipped great. Fantastic. Tape between 2 pieces of cardboard, secured, taped in, and then bubble around it. It's pretty sensational, and it's an LT tops. So a 2001 LaDainian Tomlinson. This is a tough set. I do buy this card raw all the time, but I've very rarely ever send one in and get a 10. It's probably happened one time, so that just shows how tough this set is. So 2001 base tops LT. That was about $50 too. So here's my buddy TNT North. So if you have a problem with the card from TNT and you send them an email, they don't reply. But they didn't to me, so very interesting strategy. Cards are cash. So we got a Moss. Actually, this isn't TNT. I thought it was from the typing on the label. It's just a random seller, but that is an issue I did have with TNT recently. We've got a Moss. That was a Showcase Grace. Vlad Bowman from 95, just a raw one. And they're in all these top loaders. So, and then on the back is an Upper Deck Encore Peyton. Here, I'll try to slice it out of there. Okay, it's out. Encore Peyton. I'm a bigger fan of just the base one without the Encore, but it's the exact same photo. It just has some more shine. Let's do this one. Correa, Bowman Chrome, just the base. So that was probably about $5 shipped. That's about the going rate of that card. Then we got this one. We're going to end on this 70. So 70 tops Hank Aaron. And this one has a stain on the back. I didn't notice that from the picture, but I think PSA would put an ST on your case if you tried to slab this. So that's it. We almost got through the full bin, but we showed some cool cards. There's all the stuff and the packages. So I'll get those picked up. All right, later.